Yeah. Cool. Okay. Hi. Welcome. This is episode whatever of stacking content or whatever. We're kind of running low on our guests and we need more. And so for now, and that's the cool thing about a business where your product that you're selling is sort of just whatever you're doing. So if we run out of videos, it's on us. If there's too many, it's on us. We could overstock ourselves or yeah, it's weird. What is our inventory aside from like merch, which buy some. What are we doing? I'm here because I found a journal that I wrote in before 5th grade. It says Max's journal right there. And then right here it says volume 1. This is probably like, before the podcast or something. Hold on. It's toasty. I've worn this shirt in so many things. So this could either be really fun or it could be really embarrassing. There might be like me writing Max, when you're 17 years old and you're president, it's going to be, what you should do is, make recess longer or whatever. And then I'll be bummed now. You'll watch me maybe get bummed because my aspirations weren't achieved. Or my aspirations sucked. I was like, Max, by the time you're 25, your credit score should be over 300, which I don't know a whole lot about credit in the financial institutions or whatever, but I know 300 is pretty easy to do. I have reading glasses that I don't need, but I think provide enough of they make the words a little bigger, but I guess they add a little hipster ambiance. I can't see past this table now, which is fun. But we're gonna read some excerpts from Max's journal. Hopefully, I did date them. May 4th, 2008. Today, we were going to go shooting, but before we went shooting, we went whistle pig hunting. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to do the hunting ones, because I don't know if everyone's going to like listening to that. But how I used to do, what I would do is I would write on one side and draw a picture of what happened on the other, because one side of the page didn't have a thing. So it looks like this was a long day. Damn. I even wrote an hour later. Shit. Okay, where does this start? Let's see. Let's go to another day. Let's do day 2 or something. Damn, one day I wrote like 5 pages. Good for me. 2008. What year was that? Oh, this is the next. Oh, boy. Here we go. May 5th. May the 5th be with you. Cinco de Mayo, 2008. This day was horrible, I said. I never got to do anything fun. When I got home from school, I asked my mom if I could call my friend Nick to see if he could play, but I left my book at school, so my mom got mad at me and said he couldn't come over. After that, I asked my dad to play soccer with him, and he never did. So I played with my 2 brothers, and that turned out to be a disaster. My brother Peter was goalie. Ben kept on complaining about the rules of the game, so I quit early. Oh, that's so cute. It's cool. I wanted to play with my parents. It's cool that I said, oh, and the picture I drew was it's like a goal. There's the goalie. That's Peter, I guess. That must be me. And then there's Ben crying like a fucking bitch boy, going, "You can't do that." May 7th, 2008. I forgot to write in my journal yesterday, but yesterday was normal, uneventful. Today I got to go to a soccer party at an arcade called Boondocks. It's called Wahoo's now. It was a lot of fun. My favorite part was the go-karts. That is pretty much all I did. That was my 2 day. I must have just been so fucking blasted on Cinco de Mayo that I had to take a day off. Picture I drew for Boondocks was a go-kart track, and then me whooping everybody. Oh man, nostalgia. It's hitting. Speaking of, my brother came into town yesterday and we went fishing. And but we went over by like where we used to live in Eagle. We walked past our old house and everything. And we talked about nostalgia for a minute because it was a big dilemma we had, because we were talking, hey, life isn't bad right now. I like everything going on. But also being here, it makes me miss all the older lives that we were living. It's like there's two good lives right now, and it's like my brain is trying to decide which one I like more or something. But it's an unnecessary comparison because they're both different. And then we kind of came to the conclusion that I think the thing that really makes nostalgia hit, at least for us, what made us so emotional about it was because we were both talking about things that would happen, and I would mention something and my brother wouldn't like remember that, or he would do something I didn't remember. And that's I think the real scary part about nostalgia is because you don't realize how much you forget, and you're scared you're going to forget it all, I think. At least I am. Nostalgia's cool. It's powerful. Oh man, this is going to make it seem like my dad was a real dick, but he's not. On May 11th, 2008, we might just do May we're just going to, whenever this is going to be the Max's Journal series, we're going to finish May, and then next time I do this, I'll do June. Is that the one that comes after? Yeah, probably. May 11th, 2008. My weekend was boring, especially now. That must be a Sunday or something. My dad is mad for absolutely, positively. I wrote positively like that was a word. There's no way my whips were that quick at that time, because they're not quick at this time right now. Absolutely, positively. I did not write positively. There's a U, not a V. It is really annoying. Max, you got to capitalize it. It's a new sentence. A few minutes ago, my dad wanted me to get his laptop, and I went a little too slow, and my dad started swearing at me. In his defense, young Max, you should have hurried up. Maybe that's why you do shit so fast now. You rush through everything, and you get mad at people who are slow. Wow. We're going to solve a lot of things with this. Also, my hair is so like frizzy. And you know what? It's okay. It's a hard knock life. The next day, May 12th. Today was fun. Look at that. Flipped it. We took a bad thing, made it better. I got to have my friend John come over to my house, and his brother Peter came too. John was the boy. He lived down the street. Was my best friend. John and I were spying on them. Not in a weird way. John and I were spying on them the whole time. That sounds even weirder. We were kids. We were, Alex Rider. We wanted to be him. We were spies. It was the shit. The most fun part was when we were in all of these neck-high bushes that we were hiding in. I spelled hiding wrong. Okay, I can take that E out. I don't know why I didn't know that. I feel like that's like the first grammar rule you learn. Does this mean I'm going to put pictures of all this up? Either way, that's just me talking. The most fun part was when we were neck high. So at the time, that was probably like 4-ish feet high. I wasn't always 6'6". And then today I also heard that Peter, parentheses, my brother, just in case I forgot. Or it's also, actually, Max, way to clarify, because there was another not family Peter here. Peter shot a rock chuck. Oh, yeah, he went hunting. Good for him. And we're going to not talk about hunting because people get annoying about it. Tomorrow I do not have anything planned, so I hope I can do something fun tomorrow. I changed the words a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad I was, looking forward to fun. May 14th, 2 days later. My dad finally played soccer with me. Oh, man. In parentheses, I'm pretty sure this is about the 5th time. Yeah, damn, I was entitled. Dad, you never do anything aside from pay for this house, take us out whenever you really can. Yeah, oh man, I was so ungrateful. Like, this is making me upset with myself because before I read this, my parents did everything right in my head. I think they're awesome. But, oh, here we go. And then I said it was fun until my dad tried to kick the ball over my head extremely hard. Can we see where this is going? But instead, the super hard ball hit me right in my face and cut my lip. And there's the picture I drew. If you can even see it. But I got rocked. All the fluids. May 15th, 2008. Today was extremely fun. Oh, fucking dude. I'm having fun this week. Why? Because I got to play with my friend John. It's always fun. On John's birthday, he got a kind of skateboard called a ripstick. I'm glad they didn't get too popular because now it'd be a different sentence. I'd be like, my friend got a popular... Now, if he got a skateboard, it'd be like he got a popular ripstick called a skateboard. But either way, I said a ripstick is a kind of skateboard that you have to wiggle your feet to move. It looks like 2 pedals with a stick in between the pedals. It is fun and hard to ride. When we were playing, we went to our cul-de-sac. I don't think I spelled cul-de-sac wrong. I spelled cold a sack. COLDASACK. Nice. And found my friend Nick there. I said he lived in the cul-de-sac. He wasn't just we didn't stumble upon our homeless friend Nick. He was fun to play with, but he wasn't very good at the ripstick. But he is good at doing something. I wonder what it is. We made this thing up where one person rides a bike and the other person stands on the pegs of the bike, and we'd ride as fast as we can, and we go by Nick's front yard, and we jump off the pegs and land in the grass. It was fun. That was a thing we would do. I remember that. He had a very long front yard next to the street, and he would go really fast, and I'd be on the pegs, and I'd be like, I'm going to jump off all James Bond. And I did, and it was sick. Next day. Today, May 16th, 2008, was okay. Because I had to get out of school early to get fillings in my teeth. It wasn't very fun, but we might go catfishing today. I hope it's fun. We're going to bring the trailer up to a river, and we're going to go camping in it. During the night, we are going to fish. Right now, it is extremely hot! 3 exclamation points. I am sweating. Well, anyways, we are finally driving to where we were going to go fishing. We had to stop by Zamzo's to get a fishing pole, and I saw my friend Nick's car, and my dad wouldn't let me go into Zamzo's to find him. Oh, so my dad was just going to run in, and I saw my family's car there, and I was like, Dad, Nick's in there. Let me go say hi. And he was like, no. And the picture I drew was there's a car and then me and my dad. And my dad's going, nope. And I went, but Dad, his car is right there. And then I switched pens, it seems like. a blue pen. I wrote a few hours later, ... We're almost to Weezer, not the band. And we just stopped at a gas station, and now we are back on the road. Cool. A few minutes later, ... We just pulled into Ridley's and found just about everything we needed. The only thing we didn't find that we needed was tools. Right on. A few more minutes later, we are finally there, and we just finished getting our stuff set up. Right now, I am fishing for the catfish. The fish are jumping everywhere, but they are not biting. Wow, a huge fish just jumped out of the water right in front of us. I don't really like this spot because 1, there are too many bugs. 2, there are too many people. 3, there's a bunch of junk going down the river. Littering has not changed. Cool, comma, a big train is passing by us. That train was huge. It was probably a half a mile wide. Long. Now the fish are really starting to jump. There are tons and tons of fish jumping right now, and here comes another train. Anyways, on the other side of the river, there are these 2 guys who are catching about 2 fish every 5 minutes. Right now, they have about 7 fish, it looks like. We weren't catching any. About half an hour later, ... Well, it's really dark, and we are still fishing, and we have not caught 1 fish. It is slowly getting cold, but cold enough, just cold enough to get goosebumps. Not the book. My brother had a fish on his line, but it ended up getting off. Not like that. So now, we are just waiting and waiting. Another weird thing is that everyone but us has caught a fish. Max, young Max, you can't compare yourself to other people. You can now, because you're better than them. But back then, you didn't know shit. A few hours later, must be really cold now, Peter caught a catfish. Bitch. Now, it's my turn. I have been fishing for about an hour. I have had a few bites, but never got to reel anything in. It's a long day. About an hour later, I finally caught a catfish. It was huge, about 2 feet and about 5 inches thick. I weighed it. It weighed about 5 to 6 pounds. Now I'm just waiting to fall to sleep. Sick. That sounded like a good day. Let's see here. Did I get the date wrong on this? No, I didn't. We're good. Okay. May 17th, 2008. That's the next day when we were camping. I woke up with a terrible cough. But it also turns out that everybody but us caught a big flathead. Oh, that's a kind of catfish. We met up with these 2 people who caught a big flathead catfish, and they said they were going to cut off the head and mount it on their wall. I used the wrong there. They let us try to hold it, and the flathead had to weigh about 10 pounds. That was a heavy fish. I hope I can catch a flathead. Yep. So they were talking about cutting a catfish head off and putting it on a wall like a deer bust thing. About a minute later, we found a dead gopher snake in the road, and it was almost 4 feet long. My dad decided we should skin it, but we didn't. Let's see. A few minutes later, we are in Oregon, and we are stopped at this gas station, and Peter is getting really annoying. So I'm just waiting in the car till we can go. About 4 hours later, oh, I remember this day. We spent at least 4 hours in the store looking at refrigerators and dishwashers. It was extremely boring. Today, we might go shooting because we just got a new box of bullets. Oh, we're going target shooting. So yeah, my dad used to, if you wanted to buy a bigger purchase and didn't want to pay sales tax, you go to Oregon. And that's what we were doing. I remember we went right after that whole fishing camping debacle, and we were in the Lowe's or something forever. About 5 o'clock, We are back and fishing. I gotta go swimming in the river, and it was freezing cold, but at least we got cooled off. A few minutes later, Peter caught a catfish. That was still a little bit smaller than mine. I have to try to one up people. Look at me. I'm a dick. We got to measure my fish, and it was about 2 feet and 1 inch. Now it's about 8 o'clock. We just got back from going shooting, and it was a lot of fun. I only missed about 7 clay pigeons the whole time. And when I said whole time, I just spelt it HOLE, time. May 18th. I must have been writing like in a car because my writing is very shaky. Today was really fun so far. I slept in till about 9:45. Oh, I remember that. That was a big highlight for me. I'd never been asleep that late. Still kind of haven't. Then we were going home, but first we had to empty the black water from our trailer. Oh, yeah, that's septic and stuff. While we were doing that, a person came by and asked if we had a good time. We told her we caught a few fish and everybody else caught a whole bunch of fish. She told us there was this bridge, and under the bridge there was a bunch of crappie. That's a kind of fish. So we drove over to the bridge, and she wasn't lying. We caught at least 50 to 60 fish each, and we were going to keep fishing, but I got way too hot. When we got into the car, I asked my dad if you can get heat stroke when you are dizzy on a hot day. He said, "Yes, you can. Are you dizzy?" I said I was extremely dizzy. So my dad got me a big bottle of water, and I'm still drinking it right now. A few minutes ago, my dad said he would pay me for writing in this journal. He said he would pay me 50 cents a page, and if I could write 10 pages in a week. Oh, that's why I'm writing every fucking thought. And also, Dad, you owe me a few bucks. Because I build this thing. About 7 o'clock now. We are finally home. And we are going... What did I say? Swimming at our friend's house. Once we were done, we came home, and my dad told us to clean our trailer. When we were done with that, I had to mow the lawn. While I was mowing the lawn, I had to turn around. I had to go into the rocks at our house and turn around. When I was in the rocks, my 2 back wheels got stuck in the rocks. So when I pushed on the gas a bunch of times, a whole bunch of rocks flew into the air. So I had to dig the rocks away into a path. Once I did that, I turned the lawnmower on and floored the lawnmower and got out of the rocks and parked the lawnmower. Oh, dude. So I handled that situation. I got stuck. We had a riding lawnmower, and it was a big deal. My dad taught me how to ride it. Shit was rad. But I got it stuck. Looks like anyway. May 19th, 2008. Today was pretty fun. I got to have a small play date with my friend Nick. Oh, I still call them play dates. That's so fucking cute. I'm making myself well up. He was going on a bike ride when he saw my brother Ben playing basketball. Then I came out and saw Nick. The first thing we did was show Nick the bluegill. Then I have in parentheses, a kind of fish that I caught. Fucking child-splaining your ass. When we were going fish camping, the fish was in a little pool we got. Next, we went swinging. Oh, because we had a place set. We went to go fuck married couples. Then Nick had to go. Then we had to go home to Home Depot to buy some paint for our bathroom. I assume that was it. My dad just took me along. When we got back, we set up some cones and practiced skiing on this scooter we have called a Fusion. Oh, I remember that. It was like a ripstick and a scooter put together. It was a lot of fun. After that, we went outside and shot hoops together. My dad and I made a really far shot, Ben made some good shots too. Look at me. I'm letting you know. Everyone killed it that day. May 20th. Today was pretty fun. I had a normal day until art. I assume that's my art class. Everyone was acting like there was a jungle gym. Now that school just ended and I'm on the bus riding home and it's dumping rain. Huh? All right, that was a weird day. May 21st. Today had a lot of hard work. I had to, honestly, I'm reading this. This is just a side note. My handwriting is not much better than it is in this. Today had a lot of hard work. I had to redo an essay, finish my homeworks, finish a reading worksheet, finish an activity in this pocketbook project we are doing in history, and now I am just writing in here to pass the time. Now it's time for recess. Oh, I was writing in class. After recess. Recess was fun. We played a game related to a game called Foursquare. And in that game, you can only use your hands. The ball can only bounce once in your square. One of the squares is the server square. The game we were playing was the same thing, except we used a soccer ball and we could only use our feet and chest and head. You can use anything but your hands. Well, now recess is over and there is nothing to do but wait because the teacher has to grade some essays. Yeah, I was waiting on them. Oh, I remember this. Today was also someone's birthday, and I heard there will be cupcakes. I will write in this journal after school. Period. Never mind. The teacher isn't in the room, so I can write. Now it's getting noisy. Now the teacher's coming. Dude, I just wanted to write. I was Hamilton. This is my Hamilton. Yep. They're going to make a musical out of this. Now we're going to go get our monsters from our monster essay. Okay, I remember this. So we had to practice for a writing activity. We had to make up like a crazy animal monster thing, and then we would draw our own picture of it. But then I'm taking these glasses off. But then we would draw our own picture of it, but we wouldn't show anybody. But we had to use just how we described our thing. Our classmates would read that. And then they would use our descriptive words to try to draw what the animal was. And then we would compare them to what the animal's supposed to look like. And if they had it similar, then you're good at describing things. So my monster was really cool. His name is Ducky Cow Dragon Freak. Here's what he looks like. Just a long body with like 7 duck heads, and they all breathe fire. After school, those cupcakes were good. We got cupcakes. Now we're riding home on the bus. I will write later. About 8 o'clock. I was really trying to get that 50 cents a page. I am feeling horrible right now. The first thing that happened was that I had to go to our school and show my mom my monster from our essay. Then when we got home, I played soccer, and Ben and Peter acted like a jerk. Like they always do. Oh. Man, I'm a dick. They do not always act like jerks. They're mostly fucking fun. I just had red hair and hated everything. Oh, I'm a little goth boy or something. Whatever. May 23rd, 2008. I forgot to write in this journal yesterday. See, I felt if I miss a day of writing, I feel bad. But all I did was skateboard at our cul-de-sac with Nick. Sounds like a good day. Then Thomas, youngest brother, is that his first mention in this book? Sick. Then Thomas had a graduation for his preschool. It was pretty fun. They had food and everything. We were even playing football a little bit. While we were playing football, a bunch of teenage girls tried to play against us, And to make a long story short, we won. Get fucked. Today after school, I went to my friend Cameron's house, and we mostly jumped on his trampoline. Oh, I remember. Yep. He had a trampoline. He got it like... It was like I met him, and then we were buddies for a few years, and then they finally got a trampoline, and that was a big deal. We came up with a fun thing to do. Cameron has a big log sticking into the ground by his trampoline. The log was about 5 to 6 feet high. So we dragged the trampoline over to the log, and we climbed up the log and jumped off. While we were doing that, my friend Nick somehow found out about our play date, so he rode his bike to his house, and we all played on the trampoline. One time when I was climbing the log, I slipped and cut my wrist on the log. It didn't hurt very much. I had a little bit of blood, but it was no big deal. It was tough. When we jumped off the log and landed on the trampoline and flew about 5 to 6 feet in the air. One time while I was jumping, Cameron told me to try a 720 on the trampoline. 2 spins. Which is when you're... okay, I explained it. Some things I'm still child-splaining. Which is when you spin around 2 times. When I tried it, I overdid it. Nice. By 180 degrees. So I did a 900, which is when you spin around 2 times and then a 180. It was a lot of fun. I was like Tony Hawk. May 24th, 2008. It's about 10 o'clock a.m. and we are driving to McCall. I am really comfortable, parentheses, for like the first time. Because I was always really bad at car rides. I am really comfortable for the first time. We have pillows and blankets everywhere, and it is really fluffy. This is going to be a fun drive. Oh my goobers. I love the optimism. It's the little things that let you know that today's going to be a good day. I am striving to get this mentality back. I think it's just so innocent. May 25th. Yesterday, I went hunting for morel mushrooms. We got a few mushrooms, then met up with our friends. Dan's? I don't know, family friends or something. We drove around and hiked around. After that, we drove home and went to bed. Today is my dad's birthday. Oh, yeah. And we are driving to Brundage for a barbecue. The barbecue is for an end-of-the-year MSRT, parentheses, McCall Ski Racing Team, training. Before we started driving to Brundage, we had breakfast. Then Peter and I shot BB guns. When we were setting up our targets, we saw a sparrow on a log, and I took a shot at it, and I aimed a little too low and missed. Then we waited till we could go. Now we are in the car waiting to go. When we were in the store, we got some chairs, and my mom told me to put them in the back of the car. So when I opened the back door, the cooler fell out, and all of the food and drinks fell out. So now my hands smell like beer, parentheses, yuck. I really hated beer when I was little. Now we are just entering the road that goes to Brundage, and we just passed the little ski hill. Sick. After the barbecue, that was fun. The first thing we did was ate. Then we got awards. I got most improved. Good for me. After that, we watched as like a slideshow of us. Oh, like a PowerPoint. Then we went outside and hiked around on the ski hill. Now we are driving to the cabin. That was the thing, because we, our whole time at Brundage Mountain was in the winter. So it's all covered in snow, and it was really fun for us to walk around a place that we only knew to be covered in snow when it wasn't. About 6 o'clock, Ben and I made up a really fun game. We called it MB Ball, parentheses, Max and Ben Ball. We were killing it creatively. The rules are like football and soccer mixed. Instead of a soccer ball, we use a tennis ball. The object of the game is to get a ball into the goal without getting tackled. You can get extinguished. Is that what I said? Extinguished from the game if you don't kick, punch, tease, and spike the ball. That is pretty much the base. I think, okay, I spelled extinguished, extingwished. Extinguished. That's the rules of M and B ball. It's about 9 o'clock now. I am freezing right now. After we went to Lardo's to celebrate my dad's birthday, we went to some other friends. Parentheses, the bad thing is that they smoke. So I just played outside with my brothers on the beach. Fucking narc. Well, we were on the beach. It was springtime, so the lake was really cold. We were playing MB ball. Then I said, "Hey Ben, check this out." So I took off my shirt. Parentheses, luckily I was wearing a swimsuit. And ran to the lake as fast as I could and fell in. It was freezing. After I jumped in, I ran inside. Then I got kind of excited, so I ran downstairs and jumped in. My brother Ben did the same thing. After that, I was really cold, so we drove home. I guess it sounds like I just thought it was like I don't know, if you're next to a really cold pool of water with your friend and you were like, "I'm jumping in," and that was a prank for me. That was I got him. That was yeah. We're home now. Now I'm sitting by the fire outside by my dad in a warm blanket. Good night. That's a good day. Happy birthday, Dad. May 26, 2008. Last night was fun. We got to sleep outside for my dad's birthday by the fire. It got cold, so I got a sleeping bag and stuffed another blanket in the sleeping bag and climbed in. It was really warm. About 2 o'clock. I assume this is the next day in the afternoon. Oh yeah, it is. I just came inside from playing a little bit of tennis. We don't have a tennis court, so I hit the ball against our garage, and the ball would come back, and we would keep on hitting it. Child-splained, bitch. It's like the Mitch Hedberg joke. No matter how good you are at tennis, you're never going to be better than a wall. Another fun thing to do is to stand really close to the garage and hit the ball once, and the ball will hit your racket, parentheses, if you keep your racket still, and bounce back to the garage. You try to see if you can keep on hitting the ball and get as many times as you can. So I would hit the ball. I would hit the ball, and it would hit the wall, and then I would bounce back, hit the racket, and I get closer and closer. So it was like until I was just pressing the ball against the wall. Hopefully that made sense. It's about 3 o'clock now, and we are getting in the car to go morel hunting. If you haven't tried morel mushrooms, they're a little pricey, but if you can find them in the woods or buy them, I would just try them. They're very good. My dad invited one of his friends to come with us. I hope it is fun. Parentheses, only if my dad and his friends don't cuss and drink. And can you see how this podcast was made? That's all we do is just cuss and drink. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but when it falls, maybe like a squirrel picked it up and it was fermented a little bit, and then the squirrel ate it and got drunk, and then ran into the street and got ran over by a car and eaten by a wolf. Or something. I don't know. And somehow that's a metaphor to how I am now. Now we're driving to the hill to go morel hunting. And I forgot to write in this before, but remember how I said that my dad would give me 50 cents a page if I could write 10 pages a week? Well, this week I wrote about 20 pages. This week I wrote about 20 pages this week. Redundant. So that means that I earned about $10 this week. So I'm going to ask my dad if he can go to the bank to get money. You got to pay up, old man. That's not true. You're not old. I know what to do with the money I earned from writing in this journal. Oh, I had a plan? Fuck yeah. I was going to save up for a ripstick. Oh, man. Locally hated at the skate park. I've always wanted a ripstick ever since I tried writing one at my friend John's house. The color ripstick I want to get is the white kind. Yeah, I guess that one looked cool. I think John also had the red one, and I couldn't copy him totally. About 6 o'clock. So far, we have had a fun time. I got about 2 pounds of mushrooms. Peter got about a half pound of mushrooms. Better than you. I don't know how many mushrooms Ben, Dad, and his friend got. While we were looking for mushrooms, we were looking at I called them Indian marks on the trees, but hieroglyphs, petroglyphs, whatever. We're looking at those. That was how they got gum. Oh, no, yeah, there was I think that's actually what they were called. That's the term that I learned in Hunter's Ed. I remember this now. When I took Hunter's Safety, there was a field day, and we'd go out in the mountains and do whatever. And the instructor showed us if there was all these marks that were on some trees, and it basically was because Native Americans forever ago, they would chop off some of the bark on a tree so that the sap would come out, and then they would take that and basically chew on it. And it was like a gum sort of thing. So yeah, that's what we were looking at. Sorry for my bad language I had when I was fucking 8, but no, I was older than that. I had to have been 10 or 11. So I went into the tree and sat there and called my dad to try to find me. Oh, I was hiding in the tree, but he found me. My brother Ben came up with my dad's phone because it has a camera and a video camera that can video something for 15 seconds. Oh, hell yeah. It was the Verizon Casio phone. I remember that. So I videoed Ben and took a picture of him, and he did the same thing for me. We had a little photo shoot. Nice. Then we went driving around and saw a deer eating garbage on the ground, which was really weird. That is weird. Deer don't eat garbage. Another weird thing about the deer was that it had a shock collar on its neck. The collar had an antenna. Oh, I guess it wasn't a shock collar. It was for research. It also had those little earring things you find on a cow's ear. So we think somebody is watching the deer on a TV screen from a long ways away. You see what I meant. A person has something to do with this deer. Or the deer is somebody's pet deer, and they don't want the deer to run away. Probably not. I was a fucking idiot. It's about 8 o'clock now, and we just got in the car from going mushroom hunting. This place we just got back from was loaded with morel mushrooms. We even found a snake under a log, and it smelled horrible. My hands still stink. We got tons of mushrooms. We don't know why they were all under a bunch of straw. Oh, I remember there was some morel mushrooms grow really well the year after a forest fire. And in this area, it had just, the whole mountain had burned. And some people, they were just cut open hay bales and dumped them down this whole mountain. So, the whole mountain was covered in, it was just black charred trees and hay on the ground. And it was really cool because you could see, it made it really easy to see where the mushrooms were because they were the only thing that grew out of it. So you could literally see a morel mushroom from 20 yards away. You didn't have to like walk up on it. We don't know why they were all under a bunch of straw. The straw must have given the mushrooms a lot of cover. It was a lot of fun. Side note from this day that I remembered and didn't write down, I saw a kangaroo rat. I remember that because we saw a rat mouse looking thing and it was hopping like a kangaroo. And then we discussed and Googled it and got to the bottom of it. And they're real things. Wait, did I change months? Did I skip a month? What the dickens? There's no way. This was a very eventful day, though. It says June 27th, but I think I meant May 27th. Excuse me. Today was full of activities. The first thing I did was go to school, parentheses, as always. Then, when we got home, I went on a bike ride to go fishing. While we were riding our bikes through our back pasture, we saw a little spiked mule deer, which is a mule deer with 2 spikes, parentheses, antlers, on each side of its head. That was really rare. I don't know if it is, but all I know is I'm still child-splaining what deers are. After we went fishing, we rode back. The deer was not there. After that, I mowed the lawn. Then I had dinner. Then I shot my bow and arrow for about 2 hours. Then I had to clean the kitchen. Then I had to clean the mushrooms we got that I already told you about. Come on, keep up. I also got two tests. I also got 2 tests in. 1 math test and 1 spelling test. The math test had a 100%. The second one was a spelling test, and the first score was a 97%. So I redid the test and got a 100%. So today was fun, and I genuinely don't know what this word is. Firing? Fun and it looks like FMMG, and I don't know what that means. But it sounds like a good day. I was killing it in school. I forgot to say this before. Oh, nice. But at school, we are doing these presentations. I haven't done mine yet. There was one kid who did a presentation on how to draw a coin. After that, he gave everyone a penny, and we had a contest to see who could roll their penny the farthest. The winner would get a did I try to spell shiny? Something penny. A penny. I won, so he gave me the penny. Then, good for me. Then at the end of the day, he said, "Can I have it back? It's the only one I have." So I said, "You already gave it to me." Then he said, "I will trade you 4 old pennies for it." Then I said, "Sorry, you already gave it to me. Stick to your guns." Then I ignored him. So he was pretty mad at me for winning the game. But a deal is a deal. Sorry, man. Business is business. Nothing personal, but... Took a fucking penny. Just my 2 cents. Or 1 cent. I'm a month ahead. It's still in June, but I'm pretty sure it's still May. May 29th, 2008. I forgot to write yesterday, but all I mostly did was worked on my laptop making comics. I made comics? Oh my goodness, I did make comics. Oh hell yeah. I doubt I have confined these, maybe in a storage unit somewhere, but I had an old laptop that had Microsoft Paint on it, and I would make like comic strips on that. Sort of like, I don't know, like Captain Underpants or something. George and whatever his friend's name. Harold, I think. Anyways, I worked on comics. One of the comics was called Skate Hard. It is about a skateboarder who does all of these stunts. I made 6 episodes of that. Today, my friend John came over and we made another comic called Stan the Skateboarding Snowman. It is also about a snowman who does crazy stunts on a skateboard. Then we went outside and to our fort. I told you about. Did I mention a fort already? I don't think I did. John and I made a ton of cool forts. Oh, I didn't directly say it, but there was a fort that we had in that neck-deep grass from earlier. It grew a lot more, and it was even taller. The grass was taller. It was even taller than me, and I am 5 foot 1 inch. Damn, Max. Is that tall for however old I was? I don't know. When we were done, we had 3 rooms. Oh, okay, yeah. So it was really tall grass. So you could basically just stomp a perimeter of it, and you just have grass walls sort of thing. And that was our little fort. We made 3 grass rooms. Then we went back up to the house, and my friend Jackson was there. So we played around for a little bit. Then we got tired. So John and Jackson rode down to Nick's house, and I couldn't go for some reason. John, Jackson, and Nick made these jokes that I was under house arrest. I really wish that Nick didn't come because he's the kind of guy who always has to have things his way. It is really annoying. Yeah, Nick, lighten up, dude. Yeah, I guess that really bothered me, acting like I was under house arrest. I wanted to hang out with John, Jackson, and Nick. What the fuck, Mom? The picture I drew was me in a prison, but I wrote "not really," and then an arrow pointing to that. When he got to our house, he brought up his stupid new game system thing. I don't really know what it is because I don't have any video games. Nick is also the kind of guy who has to make sure everyone knows what he did. He also shows off a lot. And now I have a podcast. I literally took all the shitty traits from everyone I grew up with and now I'm trying to monetize them. Then everyone was talking about it. Then Nick wanted to play football. So Jackson, John, Nick, and Ben play football. I don't really like football that much, so I just played around when they played. Then they all rode their bikes to the cul-de-sac because Jackson had never seen it. Seems like I'm the one who had to have things my way. Because if they were doing something I didn't like, I wouldn't do it. I also told John to bring the ripstick he had. When they got back, they brought the ripstick and for some reason a pogo stick. For a little bit, I rode the ripstick and Ben told me to try an ollie, and then in parentheses, jumping. So I tried. Maybe it's because I'm doing this because, in my head, I'm the only one who's going to read this, which is still kind of true. Maybe I just thought, in the future, Max, you're not going to know what an ollie is, so this is going to help refresh your brain. Good on me, Max. He knew I forgot stuff. He knows I forget things all the time. I know me, a little. So I tried one, and I almost did a kickflip. Parentheses, when the board spins around. While I was trying the ripstick, cute little Thomas came with a little toad in his hands. Oh, was that my sarcasm? Or did I just think Thomas was cute? It's my youngest brother. He's a little baby. So I said, "Wow, Thomas, that's so cool." Then I walked away and tried the pogo stick. Parentheses, last time I tried it, I learned how to bounce with no hands. Not to brag. So I tried the pogo stick, then got bored. Then everyone had to go. After they left, I played Frisbee with Ben. Is there going there? I played Frisbee with Ben. Then I ate dinner. Then I played Frisbee with Peter. I had appointments, Frisbee appointments. We came up with a game where you throw a Frisbee in the air and you try to hit the something. What does it say? Fire pit? Bed? I don't know. I tried to hit something. Okay, that's the end. Now I'm in June. I'll read the first day of June, and then I'll wrap this up. This weekend was awesome. First week of June, fucking sick. First, I had a sleepover with my friend John. John came over. When we got to his house and went to the carnival at his school, because that was their last day of school. There were lots of fun activities at the carnival. I saw lots of people that I remembered from when I used to go to that school. Oh yeah, John and I went to the same school, and then he went to another school. And yeah, I remember that. And his last day was like before mine. They had a huge bounce house thing. They had food and drinks there too. They had a dunk tank, which is a tank with water under it and a chair above it. The kids were supposed to throw things at a target, and if they hit it, the person in the chair above the water falls in. The bad thing was that they weren't letting kids in. Oh, I think I wanted to get dunked. After the carnival, we rode our bikes down to the Merc and got a snack. We had a mercantile in Hidden Springs. But while we were riding, we found the ice cream truck coming. That does sound like a good day. And I should just add, before I go to the next page, first of all, I'm on page 82. Good for me. Granted, half the pages I drew pictures on. But my picture I drew for this, it's in cursive, and it says fun forever. I was right. It is fun right now. We heard the ice cream truck. So we caught up with it and got some ice cream. It tasted good on a hot day. Fucking wordsmith. After that, we went home and jumped on John's trampoline. He had a dope-ass trampoline. Then we went swimming in the pool around Hidden Springs. I saw my friend. It's not my friend anymore. He's a piece of shit, so I'm not saying his name. This kid was a dick. And I spelled his name wrong in this at the time, which now I'm glad I did, because fuck you. So we swam around for a little bit, then went home. When we got home, we had dinner, then watched TV until we could go to sleep. But unfortunately, we couldn't go to sleep, so we watched TV until 3 a.m. exclamation point. Oh, I was about to be like, who is we? And I forgot. I was hanging out with John. It was our sleepover. But John fell asleep at about 8 o'clock that night, so we stayed up about 7 hours later. 7 hours later than John. Eventually, we fell asleep. Then in the morning, John and I woke up early, then rode scooters to the Merc to play around. And I have to say that I'm glad I wore John's sweatshirt because it was freezing. I also tried to jump over the sidewalk on the scooter, but I went off the curb and the scooter slipped out from under me and I landed on my back. So I hurt my shoulder. I spelled hurt, H-E-R-T. I hurt my shoulder, then went back and went on a walk with Ben and his friend to the Merc. While we were at the... it was a long day. While we were at the Merc, John's brother Peter saw a snake in the road. It wasn't the kind of garter snake I was telling you about. It was a gopher snake. It was about 3 feet long. We attracted two families to come. So when we saw the snake, a bunch of families came over to see it. So they took some pictures of us holding the snake. Then we let it go and went home. We jumped on the trampoline and then I had to go home. The next day, I went to go to the snow cone shack to go get snow cones, but it was closed. So we got ice cream instead. Then we got... I don't know what I wrote there. We got back, I think. We got back. I played at Nick's house. He got a new Frisbee that was like a ring. Nick threw the ball to me once, and I caught it. I guess I called it Frisbee a ball. He threw it to me, and I caught it with my head because it was a ring, and I could go and stick my head in it. When I got home, I mowed the lawn. I mowed the lawn a lot. Had dinner and shot my bow. I was really into that. I was fucking Robin Hood. After all that, we went inside. Remember when I said my dad would pay me 50 cents? Third time around. Do you remember? 50 cents a page? Well, I've written about 30 pages so far, so I'm going to have a lot of money. Pay up. And that was the end of my first weekend of June. And the pictures I drew, so after Fun Forever, I drew, that's John and I on a trampoline, and then someone swimming. We went swimming. And then it looks like I was getting into cursive. So I wrote, still, a lot more fun. It was just, I couldn't draw it. I just had to, yep, still having fun. Still having lots of fun. Well, shit. That was May in 4th, 5th grade? No, it had to have been earlier. No, probably around there. That was that. I hope that was fun. That was my journal, my little kid journal, and we still got quite a bit to go. So tune in next time. But for now, I hope you have a pretty good week, and I will be still having a ton of fun. Bye.